Hey, good day, everyone. Today we have a PIMvendors Academy session for you. And today we're going to dive deep into the history of PIM. Where did it came from? Where did it grew out of? And where is it headed? And we're diving into this together with Chris Jobse, my co-founder here at PIMvendors.com, who's going to walk us through a quick history lesson and also inspire you with interesting setups of product data flows in your IT architecture. Chris, please take it away.
Let's start straight away from where did PIM come from? Product information management. Of course, you have a lot of tools nowadays claiming we are a product information management solution, but this is not something which just was there. Actually, product information is something which was managed always, but in different ways. First of all, we had retailers wanting to print a publication, a catalog, or things like that. And so they have to organize their product data in a way that you could print this catalog and that you have the right information in the catalog. So at first, this was done just by hand and nothing special. You had products in your ERP, decided which products were going to be published in the catalog, and based on that, you make your list and you make your pages and say, okay, this product is going to be on this page, it's going to be on this page, this needs more text, this needs less text, etc., etc. So this catalog was produced once a year, or when you look in the retail business, every week there is a kind of brochure which is going to be published and sent to customers. Then it already became a bit more complex, because when you want to produce something which you have to print every week with a selection of your products, then you discover that the lead time to publish it's 13 weeks. So you have 13 brochures at once in the same process, everything in a different stage. So then there was some things you need to organize. And what happened? We have this old Excel file where everything could be managed. And when you're working with a small team, it's doable. To have an Excel file with, let's say, 50 products every week. And of course, it's some hassles, things go wrong, and etc., etc. But it's doable. But the big catalog, which you print every year, it's another thing. You have to prepare this very carefully, and there is a deadline. Everybody is rushing. We see still in a lot of companies that it takes time, a lot of time. There are at least one FTE busy with this all year, or maybe two FTEs half a year. But it takes a lot of time. So working in an Excel is still possible. It's still done by companies. But working on an Excel with two people already gives problems with giving the right version of an Excel. Let alone when you work with multiple people, because every category manager needs to have its own say in this, and so it's becoming a mess. What's happening then is that we define tooling in between, and this tooling was the first PIM in the business, product information management. And it's not just a database of products, but it's more a collaboration tool. You can work together on one product. In the beginning, you locked a product and then nobody else could work on this product. Later on, it became more flexible. The technique became more agile, so you could work on the same product with two persons at the same time, as long as you didn't touch the same attributes. So this process and this development of PIM gradually became better and better and better. So you have your ERP, then you need to enrich your product for the catalog. But after the catalog became the e-commerce became more important. So around 2000, more and more companies say, okay, we need a web shop where we can sell our products. So the big systems which existed at that moment were very, very costly and very also expensive to maintain in the organization. It was much too expensive for a lot of companies. More and more new PIM solutions came into the market and became available, especially for the e-com solutions. There were some companies who said, okay, we have a free version. You can start with PIM and you can define your own structures. The e-com structure, of course, is a different structure than the ERP structure, because the ERP structure is based on finance. The e-com structure is based on marketing. What are customers looking for, and how do we present this in the environment? So there was also kind of transformation in the PIM. At first, you had the PIM, which was purely for the catalog. Now you have a PIM, which is for the catalog and the e-commerce solution with two different structures. So it became more complex already. Then other parts of the company said, okay, maybe marketplaces is something which we can use. It's another structure, not one structure, but multiple structures, because every marketplace has its own requirements on data, on which data is needed. So this was all possible within the PIM, and you saw more and more and more PIM solutions coming into the market with different price levels and different parts of complexity. On this picture, you also see DAM, Digital Asset Management. Digital Asset Management at first was really separate from PIM. Mostly done in SharePoint or on a file system. Pictures were kept, and for ecom we needed to have thumbnails, and for the printing company you needed to have high-res pictures, but it was all separate from the PIM. At that point, some PIM solutions incorporated digital assets as well. You have separate digital asset management systems, which is really for the marketing part, which is not always direct product related. But when it's product related, PIM also incorporated a simple digital asset management solution within the PIM solution. So now we came to a point in time where I think it became more and more mature, the PIM solutions. But can we do everything with this setup? Because it's still ERP where a product is born. You start with a product. You need basic information in the ERP, so you can start ordering and you can start trading. And then you move these products to the PIM, where you enrich it for the different output channels. Each output channels with their own requirements. It looks okay. It's a nice setup, and it works for a lot of companies, and still works for a lot of companies. But it's not always the ideal situation. When we go to the PIM-first setup, because that's a huge shift in the setup. When a product is born in PIM, you have other possibilities. You can then say, okay, a product is born in PIM. Why should we do this? Because you can start in ERP. Traditionally, an ERP is used for finance and logistics. A product has a product name, small description, mostly maximum 40 characters. There are some other elements which you can capture, like measurements, weight, etc. And then each ERP solution has its own way of adding additional attributes, fields where you can capture some information. But it's mostly limited, and it's not really sophisticated. What I mean to say is that in an ERP, you have 20 fields, and based on the knowledge you have on the product, you know this field I have to fill in, this field I can skip, this field has some attributes which need really the right information in correct writing, but you are free to do anything because it's not restricted. And in a PIM, You can do all this in a way that you can structure this. You can say, okay, this product has color and other attributes specifically used for a certain product. When you have a t-shirt, you have measures, you have colors. But when you have another kind of product, maybe you don't have measures, or measures which are completely different, not medium, small, large, but there is a measurement on a cup which is not medium, small, large, but is in centimeters or inches. You can all organize this in PIM. So when you have a product which is a t-shirt, you get a screen which says, okay, this is a t-shirt, and then you have to fill in this and this and this. By the way, the colors, you are only allowed to have blue, red, and yellow. And by the way, the measures you can choose between small, medium, large, extra large. So PIM will guide you through this process of entering the products in the solution. It also helps then to transfer this product to the ERP, because the information you capture in your PIM is dictated by the needs of the output channels. What I mean to say is that e-com has certain requirements, marketplace has certain requirements, the catalog has certain requirements, every output solution has requirements. This needs to be available in PIM, but not from the first moment. The first moment is, I want to trade with this product. So I need to have minimum the information which is needed in the ERP. When this is ready, you can transfer it to the ERP. But maybe it's not ready yet for e-com because you don't have the images stored yet, or you don't have this fancy marketing description yet. So you can define your e-com assortment and say, okay, I have to work on the e-com assortment, additional information in the PIM. So that's a big advantage. This workflow in the PIM can help you and your employees to make this happen, to make this flow a logical flow where everybody in the company can work on the product at a different moment. When it's needed, you add this information. When you decide not to sell this product via e-com, you don't have to add this additional information. It's only when it's needed. So in this way, you can plan also the work being done on a product. And again, it's a collaboration tool. So it's not just one person working on this product, but also when I want to have more logistical information, maybe the people in the warehouse also have to enter information about the product, because a supplier can say, okay, this is the weight, this is the height, this is the width. But when the product comes in the warehouse, you can measure this product. Is this really the right information? So you can approve this, or you can say, okay, I override this information with the correct values. There are a lot of ways to organize this. What can I say more about this? Because this is already a huge shift going from ERP-first to PIM-first. It needs a lot of change in your organization when you decide to do this. But it gives also a lot of advantages, not just what I just described, but there's one thing more, which is actually very actual thinking, because a lot of products are used in drop shipment, and these products you want to present to your customers, but you don't have them in stock. So in the e-com environment, you will present those products, and of course you need to have this in the PIM, but do you need to have this information in your ERP? Because you're not having this in stock, and that way you can just have this in the PIM and in your e-com environment. And of course you need to do something with pricing and pricing agreements with your supplier, etc. But you don't need it in your ERP at that moment. Only when you are selling this product, something has to happen in the ERP, because you have to deal with the order and you have to manage the supplier, etc. So there is something needed to manage this. but it gives a huge possibility to show the products from your suppliers and you being able to sell this product. I'll switch now screen and I'll show you what this looks like. One moment. Okay, here we are. So you have a supplier with a product catalog, which is maybe not you have maybe you sell part of the assortment at this moment and not the complete catalog, but you put a complete catalog in your PIM. It's the long tail catalog. At that moment, you can publish this on your e-commerce front end. I'm putting here an integration layer in between. It has some reason because in the integration layer, you in the end are combining the information from your ERP and your PIM solution. Because sometimes you have to integrate things and you have to combine information. So the supplier delivers all the products in the PIM and you can publish this on your commerce front. Of course, you can decide which products you want to put there. That's something you need to decide yourself, of course. And it has nothing to do at this moment with the orders. The only requirement is that I need the information in my PIM to be able to give the ERP in a later stage the information they need to put this product in place and to order this product. I'll just expand this picture. It looks complicated, but I'll remove my product creation process with the supplier putting this information in the commerce front. And now I'm looking at someone, the dealer in this case, but it can be a customer, who orders a product because they go to the front end and they see a product. That's the product I need. And I'm ordering this product. But this product at that moment is not yet in the ERP. So what happens? The order via the integration layer is sent to the ERP. But first of all, the first step, automated step, is create this product on demand in your ERP. At that moment, there are things going back and forth here, but for simplicity, I just say, okay, we create an order. We create the product, and next step is when this product is created, we can create the order. And it's all automated, so you don't have to worry about this. You have to worry about this when you implement it, but when it's functioning, it functions. And then from your ERP, this order is created and goes to the supplier because it's drop shipment. Supplier says, okay, I have the order. And of course, you will organize everything with the dealer as normal within your ERP. But the supplier delivers the order because he gets the order and he delivers the order directly to the dealer or the customer. So it's B2B in this case, but it can also be B2C. In this way, you see that the process of ordering is completely separated from the process of creating your products. When we look at this as a complete picture, you see here the supplier again with the long tail catalog, sending it to the commerce, and then the other process is the dealer orders a product, it goes to the ERP. ERP says, yes, I created this product and now I create the order as well. Go to the supplier, and from the supplier he delivers the product. So in this picture you see in a schematic way how this process works. And that's the huge difference also when you put PIM in front. You can do this when you have your PIM in front, where a product is born in PIM. You cannot do this when a product is born in ERP. You can do this in a way that when you say, okay, I have the complete catalog of a supplier and I put all products in my ERP, but probably you don't want that because from those thousands of products, maybe you sell 10 of them. And then you still have all this stuff in your ERP, which you definitely don't want. So that's basically the setup of a PIM-first and the advantages when you want to do long tail or drop shipment processes. Yeah, that's about it, I think.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chris. That's super insightful. I think let's wrap it up here, this Academy session. And if you have any questions on your product data challenges, or you want to take this conversation a bit deeper with either Chris or myself, please visit our website on PIMvendors.com, and you'll find ways to reach us there, or just search for Chris or me on LinkedIn, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find us there as well. Stay tuned on our channel for more Academy sessions, and see you in a new webinar or session. Thanks a lot.